One of my favorite things about reading romantasy is getting all of the best book boyfriends out there. Like, these guys make you swoon, they make you cry, they make you kick your feet and giggle, and the banter is always top tier. That's what I look for in a book boyfriend. I love a good banter moment. I love a good touch her and I'll kill you, like protecting, but also letting her do her own thing. A little bit of a cinnamon roll is not always a bad thing either, and I have been blessed with some amazing book boyfriends over the last year, so I figured I would share them with you guys. This is actually perfect timing because I'm going to be co-hosting a Realmathon, which is hosted by Covers with Cassidy. This is a competitive-based readathon where you read books to get positive or negative points, so you can gain points towards your realm, or you can use your book to take points away from the opposing realms. This year we have 4 houses that are all competing for control over Carrion City, and I am one of the house leaders for the Stingers, along with Katie from I Would Rather Be Reading, and I cannot wait for March. I am so excited. She did allow us to come up with 2 prompts, and one of them is a book with your next book boyfriend or girlfriend. And so I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite book boyfriends. These guys are top tier. Any of these guys walks into my life and I'm going to say yes sir. This first book boyfriend has my whole heart. He is a little bit mysterious, but also definitely has a sweet side while also knowing what he wants and going after it. And that is Nico from A House of Bane and Blood. If you want a guy that just like has the perfect banter, like he and Camilla are power couple. There is nothing about them that I don't love. They have great chemistry. He really supports her. We love a guy that is supportive. Like, that is one of my favorite things. This is following Nico and Camilla is a part of a train dynasty, and she is going to be basically married off in order to save her family's legacy. So before she gets married, she goes off, she spends one night to herself and meets this guy with a metal hand. They have some fun, she leaves, and he figures out who she is and decides that he is going to swoop in and make her an offer that she cannot refuse. He definitely has gotten some modifications to help make her life better, if you know what I mean, to that metal hand. And yeah, Nico, top tier. If you have not read this book yet, what are you doing? Jump on it, because like, incredible. Then we have Luther from Spark of the Everflame. Full disclosure that Luther is not in Spark as much as I would like for him to be. He definitely becomes more book boyfriend material in books 2 and 3. And Luther is one of those guys that like touch her and he'll kill you, but also touch her and she'll kill you. And he'll just stand back and watch and be like, yep, that's my girl. I love how supportive Luther is. There was a moment in, I think it was book 3, that just like had me sobbing from the way that he talked to her and told her that she was good enough, she was all that he would ever want, and I was swooning over that moment. Spark of the Everflame is following Diem, and she is the daughter of a healer. When something happens, her mother is no longer around, and so she has to become the healer for the Descended, which are basically like demigods, and they're separate from the humans. She's always been told not to go near Descended. She's always been a little bit different, but circumstances are going to force her hand. And that's really all I want to tell you about this series. First book, not my absolute favorite. Books 2 and 3, best books of the year last year. So if you want to get to know Luther, I would strongly recommend it. Then a newer to me book boyfriend, but this guy is obsessed with her and tuned into her every need in more ways than one. And that is Griffin from A Touch of Gold and Madness. This guy is dark. He will kill you. He's gonna snipe at you while he does it, but you better not touch his girl. You can sense a theme of something that I like in book boyfriends, but I absolutely loved the banter and the sniping between Griffin and Gray in this book. Like, absolutely incredible vibes, and I think that Griffin is going to definitely continue to rise up there in one of my favorite book boyfriends, but also I love Gray. She's definitely like book girlfriend for me. I think that she is hilarious, and some of the things that she does to assert her femininity, for lack of a better way to put it, to be like, I don't need you to take care of me. Amazing. A Touch of Gold and Madness is about a world where there are kinetics and elementals, and the world has essentially been destroyed, and we are kind of in this dystopian setting. Gray is the daughter of a king, and she is determined that she is going to kill Griffin, who is the king of the elementals, for killing her boyfriend Slate. And I'm gonna leave you at that, but like I said, amazing banter in here. I had such a good time. Then we couldn't pick not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 book boyfriends. And that is all of the men from Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I fell in love with this series and these guys last year, like amazing. They all have such different personalities, so there is something for everybody in here. We have Ez, who is the brooding, mysterious type. We have Kel, who is the jerk and doesn't want anything to do with you, but when he doesn't want anything to do with you, you want him more. Dayton, who is just fun and fun-loving. Farron, who is a little bit on the sweeter side, and then we have Cass, who is always the snarky life of the party, and these guys have my whole heart. I consider them all book boyfriends. However, Farron is not really my type. He's a little bit more, like I said, cinnamon rolly, but there's something for everybody in here. Bonded by Thorns is following Rosie, who goes looking for her father and finds out that he has been trapped in Fairy. She trades her life for his and is now captive of 4 Fae princes. And this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but has a lot of spice in it. It is obviously a why choose. I need to read the 4th book, and I know that it's going to literally destroy me, so I've been putting it off, but I think that we're getting close to now being the time. Then we have a series, honestly, with 2 book boyfriends. I did just pick one, but I think that both of them would be very, very highly recommended, but I'm gonna go with Talamir from Slaying the Shadow Prince. This is set in the Legends of Thesmar world, in the Blood and Steel world, where we have Wilder, and Wilder is also top tier boyfriend, but I think Tal is just up there a little bit more for me. He is a shadow daddy with secrets, but also the things that he can do with his wings. This is following obviously Tal and Drew, and in this world women are not allowed to carry blades, but she does it in secret and nobody really stops her. She is a badass. There are these shadow creatures, these winged creatures that are taking over the realm, and they must work together to try to figure out how to stop them from destroying her kingdom. Amazing. The spice in here is spicy, and it is so, so good. Another newer to me book boyfriend is going to be Draven from Empire of Flame and Thorns. This guy is going to sabotage everything that you've ever wanted, but is he doing it to protect you or because he hates you? We don't really know. The banter in here, if you like a one-liner banter, like a back and forth one-liner banter, then this is definitely going to be the book for you. If you are not a big fan of one-liner banter and you find it to be a little bit childish and redundant, don't read this, but I ate up every second of it. I had so much fun with the 2 of these characters, just sniping at each other back and forth and trying to figure out what is he gonna do next to sabotage her. In this world, we have Fae, and the Fae used to reign over the Dragon Shifters, but then the Dragon Shifters turned the tables, and now they control all of the Fae. Every 150 years, there is this tournament that if you win, you will be allowed to leave and go into other lands. So our female main character is determined that she is going to win this so that she can help the rebellion outside of the lands controlled by the Dragon Shifters. Draven is one of the biggest and baddest Dragon Shifters, of course, and he is determined that he is not going to let her win because, well, she kind of threw a drink in his face and embarrassed him a bit. And like I said, I love the banter in this. I thought it was so much fun, such a quick read, and I cannot wait to pick up book 2 at the end of February, actually. Alright, so another one that no one is going to be surprised by. No one is going to be surprised by this emo boy being on the list, and that is Kingfisher from Quicksilver. Yes, I have the discreet cover. We don't have the emo boy on the cover, but just picture him here because that definitely gives off Kingfisher vibes, like sad boy vibes, but also he will throw you over his shoulder and lock you in a room. And Kingfisher can throw me over his shoulder anytime. We're talking shadow daddy, we're talking sassy, we're talking a little bit brooding, but I was here for every single second of it. Our female main character lives in a world where there is no water, there is nothing, and they are scraping by for everything that they need. She steals something, ends up in a bit of trouble, and ends up meeting death and accidentally using a sword to open a portal into another realm where there are all of these fae. It is very wintry, and she is the only one that can now control these portals. There is so much to unpack in this book. It was such a fun, quick ride with amazing world building, and I literally read it in a day. I cannot wait for Brimstone to come out at the end of the year. Like, I'm gonna eat that book up, and I need more Kingfisher and honestly a little bit of Carrion in my life. We also can't forget Soren from the Lady of Darkness series. Soren is definitely the nice guy, but also with just a touch of a bite underneath, and he definitely has a very like, I want to take care of you kind of vibe. I really enjoyed this series overall. I actually just recently finished it. It is a 5-book series. It's very epic in scale. We have Scarlet, who is one of the 3 Maidens of Death. She is an assassin, so she knows how to take care of herself, but Soren's gonna step in and try to help out anyway. It is a little bit of enemies to lovers, and I really, really enjoyed this series and think that it is definitely worth picking up. And then we have a book boyfriend that I don't want to tell you too much about why he is a book boyfriend because it is a spoiler, but just know that he has great banter. He is the son of a king, but also doesn't necessarily want to be, and he is going to help train her, and that is Enzo from Heavenly Bodies. I really enjoyed this like star-crossed kind of vibes that we had going on in this book. I thought the banter was incredible, and I really enjoyed the relationship between these two characters. This is following Alara, and she is cursed by fate to fall in love with a star, but when she does, it's going to destroy her, it's going to destroy him, and probably the whole world along with it. So she is on the run and takes refuge in one of the neighboring kingdoms where she meets Enzo. I think that if you are looking for something that is a little bit different in its world building and has really good banter, then I would absolutely pick this one up. Enzo is incredible, and I loved him. I loved him so much. And the last one that I want to mention to you guys is Draven from Flame and Sparrow by S.M. Gaither. This is also one of those books that takes a little bit of warming up. It definitely struggles a little in the first 40% or so, but gets better as it goes. Draven is a fire god, and he is going to put you in your place. He is not playing. He is not going to just give you whatever you want on every whim. He is definitely a badass in his own right, and I really enjoyed, again, the banter between him and our female lead. In this world, the elves have essentially been demoted from their spot as demigods down below the humans, and we have a rebellion, and our main character Karis is determined to take down the Mar, which are now the demigods, and Draven is the Mar of fire. So much fun, so incredible, great found family vibes in here as well. So if you're looking for a new book boyfriend, I would also give this one a try. So those are all 10 of the book boyfriends that I have for right now. Honestly, there were so many more that I could have done like a 20 or 30 book list, but I'm gonna refrain. We're gonna stick with 10 for now, and I am absolutely looking for more recommendations for book boyfriends, so let me know who your favorite is down in the comments below. It might show up in a thing, so please leave me a list down in the comments. You definitely need to check out Realmathon. It is incredible. It's going to be so much fun. Cassidy put so much work into it, and I cannot wait to be the co-host of Team Stingers. So if you want to join, I will leave all of the information for that down in the description box. Her announcement video has the link to sign up and to join the Discord. It starts on March 1st, so you definitely want to get in now. I will also leave it on the screen for you guys to check out in case you're interested as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!